Hey, designers and agencies, why more clients isn't always the answer. And you might be surprised that I said that just now, but we're going to talk about how you can improve your business, not just gain more clients, because more clients sometimes can cause more problems if you haven't got the foundations. So, welcome back to the channel. This is Creative Business Brain. My name's Helen Knight. I'm the founder, and I would love to help you today understand what is missing so that you can start actually gain the right clients you really love to work with, the projects you love to work on and do, and just start enjoying your business again. But having that balance, having the right kind of balance so that you can actually enjoy your life, do what you want to do, and have that freedom. So, yeah, let's dive in. So for some people that come to me, and I do get lots of different levels of business, sometimes they're individuals, sometimes they're companies, bigger companies, and it's often very similar stories though, which is very interesting. I found it fascinating when I first started to help people because a lot of people do have very similar issues. And I would say one of them is that even if they are getting interest and they are getting some people regularly inquiring or asking for quotes and things like that, then they still have issues because they're not actually attracting the right people. So they may be getting some interest, but it's just the level of business is way off. It's nowhere near what it should be. Or the types of companies are just not what they really enjoy doing, the types of projects. So you have to start to realize that you're in control of what actually comes to you by what you project outwards on your profiles, on in your content, everything that you're doing. If you're not sending out the right signals, you're not going to be attracting the right people, the right level of business. So how you communicate is so important online, and how you talk about what you're doing and the types of issues that you're facing. Sometimes they do apply to everyone and sometimes they don't. So you've got to try and work out how to clarify more the people that you want to attract and how to clarify the people that you really don't think are a good fit. And there's lots of ways you can do that. I mean, we used to do questionnaires, we used to do, get people to actually fill out a form before they actually got on a call with us. And we actually do less of that now because we are just attracting the right people, which is fantastic. But initially, when we first started, we were very, very cautious about just getting on a call with everyone because we had so much interest and there were so many people that weren't a good fit. So sometimes it's a need, it's a must. You must do it if you've got a lot of interest and it's wasting a lot of time. Obviously, time is really precious, and you have to figure out ways to filter these people if they're not the right sort of clients that you want to talk to. But often you can talk about things that only relate to that specific audience, and if you're doing that and it's really resonating with them, you will attract more of the right people. Also, if you're actually being yourself, you're enjoying what you're doing, you're letting people get to know you a little bit online as well, then you can actually attract people that are very similar to you, have the same kind of thought process, they agree with your point of view, they have the same beliefs and values as you, and it becomes very natural then to start attracting the right ones. Often I also see people talking about that they do get inquiries. Sometimes they even talk about it in their content. I saw a guy the other day just saying, "Oh, last week I got 4 inquiries, which was great." But when he had a conversation with them, none of them actually went for his offer. And that's because you have to really narrow down what you're offering and make sure that it is very much tailored to who you're talking to. And that becomes a skill that you have to learn how to do. Most people, even when you've been in the agency world or design world for years, they never teach you how to create amazing offers. Yes, they might teach you how to pitch something, but it's not always in the same way. It absolutely isn't the same way, from what I've learned. And I think that once you start to understand how to communicate better with matching up the needs of your client. So once you've listened to what's going on in their world and you understand all the issues they're having, how you actually piece that together into a premium offer is very exciting. It is a skill, but once you learn how to do it in the right way, you can start to have several offers if you feel you need to. I was always taught to have one offer. I've had loads of coaches and mentors in the past, and they all said to me, "Oh, you should have one signature offer." But as I'm progressing, I'm feeling like there is opportunities for other offers. I've actually had clients say to me, "Oh, can you can you do this as well? Or can you help me on the next level of business and, teach me how to grow a team and all that kind of stuff. So there are always opportunities. And as long as you're listening really carefully to who you're helping, really take on board the feedback and make sure that you're trying to create things that really do serve and help them, you'll always have people excited to want to jump on your offers. Okay. It's got to match everything they want, everything they need. It's got to match their journey. So, what stage of or level of business they're at, and the things that they're really concerned about. What's front of mind for them? What do they wake up at night worrying about? What do they think about all the time? But then you've got to start where they are now. So, always lead with those sorts of things, but then guide them to the solution. But how you guide them, again, you've got to make it so clear why they need these things and explain what these things are. Okay. So if you need help with offers, please let me know in the comments and I can always drop you a little guide on how to do that as well. So when you've got your offer nailed, even if it is just one premium offer, one sort of signature offer that you want to get really well known for, let's say you solve a particular issue for a specific audience, that means that you've created your own lane in the market, and that's going to be something a lot more appealing to an audience that have got that specific issue. It will help generate a lot of traffic for you if you're always talking about those things that are within that offer, not necessarily selling it, but just giving value and supporting people and helping them see why they need your support and help. Okay. So that's a really good way of doing it. A lot of companies do that now. I would say it's probably the quickest way to grow your business because when people see you as a premium offer, it's like a very specialized thing that you're doing, and it's very much tailored to them. You're seen as something premium, so you can charge a lot more for what you're doing. And we've seen loads of different pricing structures for all kinds of offers over the years. So, yeah, asking the questions, got any questions on that, please let me know. But yeah, we've helped people that have had, 10K offers, 5K offers, 100K offers, like 50K offers, 30K offers, 20K offers. So, it really doesn't matter where you are on that scale, as long as it's what you want to do. It's all down to how you want to create your business, what you want to create, and if that's going to give you the vision you want in the future. Always go back to your vision. I'm always saying this to my clients all the time. If you haven't got your vision in front of you every day and you don't make decisions by looking at that vision and thinking, okay, well, will that help me get to that goal? That's a really great way to make decisions. Okay. So always have that in front of you. So yeah, keep it in mind. The more it is in your mind and you're thinking about creating that vision all the time, the faster you will go, the sooner you will get there. And don't forget, when you have started to attract more clients, whether it's by doing the right kind of content, giving lots of value and helping them see why they need you, whatever you're doing online to attract those people, you need a system. Okay, so once you get into a rhythm, it's so much easier. But when you don't know what to do, it's like being locked in a cupboard and I don't know, left there for years. It really is. It feels like you're so alone if you don't know what to do. And I would highly recommend, if you've got no sales process at the moment and you're not in a routine, then you start, even just really start small by doing certain things on social and interacting with the people that you really want to work with on a continuous basis. So if you're doing a little bit every day and you're doing it in the right way and you're grabbing their attention and you're showing that you can help them, you will start to get traction. But without a proper sales system where you're following people up and you're keeping track of those people, it's very hard to grow a sustainable business. So it's time to stop relying on luck and referrals. Obviously, referrals are very nice. We get loads of referrals too, but they're not always the good fit. And that's the thing with referrals. We don't take on all the people that are referred to us. We only take on people with the right mindset, the right kind of attitude, if they are, really serious about growing the business. So you've got to really think about who you want to take on with your business. What kind of projects do you want to take on? And what kind of attitude your clients need to have if they're going to be able to work with you. A lot of my clients are saying to me things like, well, I'm really busy and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that and I'm trying to get into a rhythm, trying to get into a system. but they are busy as well. Now, the best thing to do if you are already busy and you're trying to create a proper sales process, you're trying to put an offer together, you're trying to put the right content out there, there's obviously you're juggling a few different things as well as doing your work. Now, if you are on your own and you haven't got a team, or if you have got a team even, I would still do this. I would highly recommend getting a VA to help you, okay? If you haven't got a VA yet, you can have several. We've got a couple of VAs. I would definitely make sure that you've got at least a couple of VAs to do some tasks for you that are really easy to do online, so that you're always in the front of the right people. So stop trying to do everything. I used to be like that. I literally had to do everything and I'd work myself into the ground. You don't have to do everything. It's about doing things the smart way now and getting a system in place and get some other hands on deck to help you. Hope you found that helpful today. If you're really tired of the cycle of struggling with the right types of clients or, not actually closing those deals because your offer isn't really communicated effectively enough, just drop me a message, either on LinkedIn or on Instagram. I'll drop the links below. And also any questions, just drop them below. Okay, have an amazing week. Talk to you soon.